All right, guys, we're going to go over some things today. Today will be the debug menu in creative mode. Um, so the way to get into this, it's not complicated as much as it is a lot to remember. So I'm going to do my best to try to help you figure it out or keep a memory of things. So, and I don't know all of it. I'm not, the master in any of this stuff. But here's how you start it. So F1 brings up this menu, and this is everything that's happening in the game as it happens. So you can see every time I already registered, bought my name, blah 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 blah. It gives you everything that's going on in the game. So what you want to do is right over here, you type in DM, which means debug menu, and you hit enter. Right? Well, I'm sorry, it was already on. So DM, hit enter, and it's on. Hit DM, enter, it's off. Okay. So with debug menu, F1 opens and closes this screen. So F2, I'm not even sure what F2 does. I haven't been able to figure that part out. You can look it up online, and there's ways to find it. But F3 gives you some info about what you're looking at. So it tells you, what blocks are used at this situation and what the speed you're moving at. So if I'm moving at 3 miles an hour or 3 kilometers or whatever it is, 3 blocks basically. So anyway, so it gives you all that information. Now you see if as I move, it stays on the screen. If I hit F1, I can actually go over here and tell you like over here at this part. So F3 turns it back off. All right. F4 turns this into a windowed item. So you have what's in the background. And now again, like I want to X out of this, I can't do it. But if I hit F1, now I can come up here. You see what I'm saying? So there's different ways to do things. And remember, everything you do in this stays. So it doesn't go away when you stop using the debug menu. F5 is if you like to play in third person, you can do this. All you have to do is like right now we're in the debug mode menu or debug mode. So I'm playing in third person. But let's say I want to record in third person or I want to do something like that. So I go to F1, hit DM, turn it off. Now, I'm not in debug mode anymore, but I'm still in third person. So I can come over here and punch grass. You know, I can shoot my gun, and wherever the crosshairs aim, that's where I'm shooting. You see what I'm saying? So there are ways to do it. And one of these days I may do that. I don't know. It's to me, it's odd because I'm used to seeing it as first person. But to get back out of it, F5 takes you back and forth. All right, F6 is your spawn list. So if you're wanting to, let's say, animal deer, boom, it spawns in a deer. If you want the deer to be looking at you, boom, when it spawns it in, it's to point directly at you. If you want it to spawn in 25 of them, which is silly. I mean, unless you're trying to spawn a horde. But then there's vulture radiated. Like you have all your stuff. You can bring in your trader. Now I'm in the trader, so I have to back up. But she's right there. So there's Jen. So she's floating. Now wherever you're pointing your crosshair, so that's if I wanted her down there, I could say, where's it at? I can do another trader Jen. It should have put it in front of me. So you have different settings here. Like you can play around with this. So if you want a cop, like see, oops. Now if you notice, he stopped. Boom, and I'm dead. But okay, he stopped because I hit the star. We'll get into that in a little bit. There are functions to make it where you can summon them in and they don't do anything. They're just standing there. So I'm going to go ahead and respawn. It doesn't matter. It brings me right to the same spot. Um, all right. So uh, that is our summoning. And there's a whole bunch of things you can choose from. There's animals. Like I can bring Grace. You name it. If it's in the game, you can bring it. You can put it in there. I don't know what the zombie yo is. I don't know what white is. But these, if you ever want to know what the real names of these things are, so Steve is the crawler, the feral spider, feral soldier, or if you just want a regular zombie soldier, zombie spider, or radiated. So you have 3 tiers of these things, of each one. There's zombie Joe's, feral Joe, and radiated Joe. There's a bear, small bear, animal boar. So there's 2 different bears. They're small and large, and then you have a zombie bear somewhere in here, right here, animal zombie bear. So you can play with it, do whatever you want. You can also bring in your vehicles. So if I want to, boom, there's a mini bike. So now if I can jump on the mini bike. Now it has no gas in it, but I can interact with it and, drive around. Actually, it's full. It's not supposed to have gas. Must be a change they made. Anyways, all right, so let me get off of this. All right, So AI has been stopped. So no matter what I spawn in, if you look in here, the left-hand corner, AI is off. And if I hit star, AI is back on. So now zombies will attack, things will happen. All right, so let's get back to where we're at. So F6 was spawn. F7 is if, like, say you're going to take a screenshot, you want to like get this crazy thing that's happening right here in a screenshot. So F7 removes your HUD. Now the crosshairs are still there, and you think, well, that's silly, and I got all these yellow things and the flag over in the corner. If you hit F7 again, all that goes away, and all you have is the screen. If you hit F7 again, it all comes back. So that takes care of your HUD. Now F8 brings up the frames per second. So if you see on the left hand side, there's the green, however many frames per second we're running at, and that some people use that to just verify that their computer can hold it, hang with it, can do all the frames that it needs to do. Like when you're building or you've got a horde, you can see what the frames are. So, and then if you do it again, you get something else, and if you do it again, you get the recording thing, which I don't know anything about that part. And you hit it again, it goes away. F9 makes the sound of a screenshot or a camera, which I'm guessing it does one type of screenshot. Then you have F10 doesn't do anything that I know of. F11 brings up this narrator thing. So it shows you all about the world we're in. We're in East Narigu Valley. We're on the World Seed is Learning Corner. Here's our position. We're at the Animal Hospital farm or POI farm number 4. So if I escape out of this is the animal hospital. Now let's say I'm looking at this piece of grass and I do it. Now it tells me this is tree tall grass diagonal and position of that. It's a focused block. So it's something I'm focusing on. If I'm looking at, say, Jen, it should tell me about Jen, but I guess not. So let's go over here and we'll look at this guy. So we have planted cotton number 3 harvest. And so this is the information on it. So along with bringing DM and things like that, you can actually spawn stuff in right here. Now, I don't know how to do all that, so it's kind of but you can. There's you can change the time, the date, things like that, and we'll go over that later. All right, so now let's say we've gone through that stuff. Now let's do if you go to F5, which is third person, you can hit the letter P. Now, my body is separate from the camera. So I can walk, I can do all kinds of stuff separate from the camera. I can run off in the distance, right? All right. So if I hit P again, boom, now I'm back with my body. I don't think you can separate it. Yeah, you can't separate it if it's not in third person. Or I guess you can, but as I was moving, watch. Let's go here and stop. I'm still going forward, 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 forward. All right, now stop. Boom, way over here. So you can. It's just you can't see what you're doing. Whereas with in third person you can. So now I've hit P. I'm separated from my body. I hit the brackets, and now my camera is separated from the body. So now, rather than the body moving everywhere, I, as a camera, can go under, over, around. I can zoom down on myself. I can be like get a close up of myself, and I can still do things, right? So I can have my torch and I can swing or I can punch from a distance, even though I'm not, because technically I am behind it, but I'm controlling the camera. So if I hit the bracket again, now I'm separate from the camera, boom. If I hit P, I'm back to where I was at. So I can say, okay, I want to turn this, and then I'm going to turn this, and we'll go over here, and then, okay, now I want to turn him some more, and then, take the shot. All right. Plus and minus. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to change anything. But plus and minus is the speed in which the game moves. So let's say you're running along and you're like, man, I wish I could run faster. Well, technically you can't. The time is changing faster, and you can hit plus and minus to increase how fast the time is moving, which increases how fast you move, which increases how fast everything moves. So it's really hard, and then you don't know it doesn't tell you where you're at on the thing. So you're either up or down or whatever. But let's get one of these out here real quick. Let's put a bear. All right, now if you notice, I can run all the way up to the bear, and he's not moving. He's making noise, but he's not moving because I have the star. So if I hit star, now he's free to move about. Now he's not moving. So what we need to do Where's my? Okay, there we go. If you shoot, which I don't remember how to do. I think it's this way. I don't know how to reload. I'm using the keyboard. I'm not really good with keyboard. Should should reload, right? Anyway, so those are things, and so I'm going to stop him so he's not, you know, bugging me. Um, but you can walk over here, and for some reason my gun won't load, so but I can. And he's not doing anything. So he'll just stand there and take it. Any zombie will, anything. So you could bring in a whole horde and sit there and punch on them, and they don't do anything. Um, okay, the other thing I wanted to show y'all. So let's do this. Now, DM is debug menu. So CM is the creative menu. Now, with that, when you come in here, there's a little light bulb. Now you can do this from your when you before you start the game and you're setting up how the game's going to have what things it's going to have in it. You can create creative mode on. Now the thing to know about creative mode is if it's on, you will not get experience for trophies. You can't get trophies. You can still get experience to level up. You just don't get the trophy experience because it's it's kind of silly here. You have unlimited. So here you have everything in the game, every item that ever existed, even some that you can't find. Like you can't create this 500-pound bags of sand, but you can put those down. You can make the stacks like if you're building a POI. Also, there's different levels. So here is your things made out of wood, things made out of brick, things made out. This is corrugated metal, this is concrete, this is steel, this is cloth. So then you have this stuff. Now with this, you need bulletproof windows, things like that. I don't want to hide shapes. Anyway, so you have different things you can pick. Why is it doing this? It should have all the different stairs. But so like say you have this shape. I'm gonna scroll back through. Where's mine? Props, player blocks. These are things you can make. You can have get blade traps or garage doors or whatever, however you want. Items. So in here with the items, let's say you see this hunting knife is a tier 2. Well, now I can go exit this and come back to it. Now the hunting knife's a tier 6. So it changes there. You don't. It's not like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have specific ones, and then as you click it, it changes. Same thing like here you have a turrets and the robotic drones and all your different foods. Let's say you want to see, well, how much food does this give me, or how much food does that give me? You can practice and play around, and it gives you schematics and all the books in the game. Um, all the weapons packs. Like if you're like, man, does Bart Trap Bundle 1 better than Trap Bundle 2? Or what do you get in Trap Bundle 1? What do you get in Trap Bundle 2? You can check it out. All your mods. And then there's a dev tool. Trying to find it. It should be showing it. I don't know why it's not showing all this stuff. But there's dev tools. Let's go tools. No. I think I'm gonna have to leave and come back because I did something with the buttons. There we go. Dev blocks. Okay, so this little computer, whatever it is, ticket, something. So you have these are quest tickets. So you click these and you use them. It's like completing a quest for the trader. So you give yourself, you can do all 7 quests, or you move to tier 2s. Then these move you to tier 3s. These move you to tier 4s, 5, 6, 7. So then you have these instant death pistol. So you click it, you put it in here, and I can swap it out with this one. It doesn't take bullets. And then like this one is a digger. This one is a repair tool. You can repair anything one time, one shot. Uh, Rocket boots, you can fly, which you can fly already. Uh, pimp mining helmet. I don't know what that means. It does something special. Maybe it's got a bright light on it, or it lights the world up during the night. You have all these buff infection, buff concussion, buff laceration, buff fatigue. You have dev tools for this fix the broken leg, this fix the sprained leg, this fix the sprained arm, broken arm, dysentery, all of your different things they do, and all your stuff. Nomad quality armor. So this is the armor that you can't create, but you can go ahead and have tier sixes, right? So let's see what this stuff does. All right, so the pistol, if I shoot him, instant death. Doesn't matter what it is. It's an automatic death. This one will dig like a shovel as you pull the trigger. And you can sit here and clear. So if you're crafting and trying to build a world, you can give yourself as much ammo as you want. You can give yourself as much, whatever, and be able to do things. So, you can sit here and take away that rock or that tree or this building. And you're like, I wonder what happens if I take this stuff away or take this stuff away. Oh, here's another thing. All right, so here's the rest. So we figured all that stuff out. I can kill Jen. I think she's unkillable. Might have to be closer to her. Maybe not. Maybe I can't kill her. Oh. Nope, still can't kill her. But anyways, all right, so here's another thing. So when you have debug menu on and you go to your start menu, or your whatever this menu you want to call it. So instead of just having these three options, you have now more. So now you can pick a place in the world at any building, whatever. So let's say you're like, man, I want to start a series where all I'm doing is working on Apartments 03. Boom, Apartments 03. They're the Bend apartments. They're in the wasteland. Nothing special, right? All right, but then you're like, man, I didn't like that place. Let's see what else we can do. You can filter out small POIs. You can type in the one you want. You can sit here and go, I want tier ones, tier twos, tier three, tier five. So like the theater stage Minotaur Theater. Oh, there it is. So it is, and it's wherever it's at in your world, And if it's not in your world, you can summon them in using your summoning thing. All right, there's also this stuff. So right now we're invisible. We are saving is active, physics is active. In other words, like the way a tree falls, it hurts you or whatever. All this stuff is active. Water simulation makes that noise. Now let's say I want to see what the stability of stuff is. So this green is a strong block. This yellow is a not so strong block. These red ones right here are the weakest ones. So that means if you try to build something outside of a red one, that part's going to collapse. So if you're building a base and you're wanting to practice and see, will this base work in a real situation? You can do that. You can check your stability and see where you have weaknesses that may need to be stronger, things like that. So you can show stability, and then you can show stability glue. Now it shows you which ones are holding them together, right? So you can show light. So it tells you where it's brightest and darkest. So there's more light in this area than there is here. Um, all right, so let's say we want to fly. You can do that. And all that is just you go up like you're jumping and you just keep going. And if you want to go down, you have to crouch. And crouch, it takes you down. Problem with going down is right now we're running into the ground, so that's fine. So if we were walking along, da, 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 and then boom, we hit the wall. Okay, or if you're flying and you're like, I want to see what's going on over here, and then boom, you're in the wall. All right. You can take this and come over here and go no collision. Now, there is no wall. You can fly through everything. You're like a ghost. You can zoom around and check out the world. You want to go higher, you go all the way as high as you can till you hit the ceiling of the world, which is up a ways. All right. Now, here's the thing to remember. If you're here, do not turn off fly mode. I mean, you can, but as soon as you unpause it, you're going to fall. Now, this is God mode. So let's say I did, oh man, but God mode was on and no, collision's off, I fall. I'd be dead. Nothing. No broken bones, no nothing, because you're in God mode. Zombies cannot hurt you. So let's turn AI back on. Let's turn off collision and let's do supply mode and turn off invisibility because right now that means that they can't see us. There should be zombies up here. There's all the zombies in this world. I don't have any zombies. So I have just detrimentally destroyed this world. That's okay because this is just a practice world anyway, and anything I do in this world does not affect my other worlds. This it's strictly this world. I'm gonna get out here. Oh, let's say you know, you want to mess with the time and the date. So right now it's 15:55 of day one. I can take the time and turn it all the way back to 4 a.m. 4:32. This number and this number do not actually coincide. The first one does, but for some reason the minutes and the this is not 100 out of, instead of 60. So 50 on this is 30 on this. Makes sense? Uh, what is it? 25 is 15. 45 is 45. No, not 45. 75 is 45. I can speed the world up, so now the days pass in like seconds, you know, and each one is a different, when you set it up in the beginning. So you have this is a normal speed, or like 30 minute. No, what is it? Like this, the four, I want to say, or three or four was that's 90-minute days. So the faster it goes, the faster your time will fly. But then let's say you're like, oh, I don't want it to be, I want to change the day to day 7. I want to see what the horde looks like. You can do it that way. But you can also do, uh, you can also do this and set the day, the time and day and all that. And I want to say it's like, I don't remember. I have to look it up, but it's something like that. You put the time, the day, the month, the date, and the time, and you have to the time you have to put it in 24-hour clock. So if it's 05:03. Anyways, there's a lot to this, and I just wanted to go over some of it. It's hard to remember it all. You kind of play around with it. Don't play around too much because, like I said, you can like I just did screwed everything all up. Um, but if you know the ones that are like I said, taking pictures or uh, being able to get rid of your HUD so you can take a picture, bring the HUD back, things like that, or even the first person. Like I said you can play the whole game in first person if you want. So you just have to turn that off, and then now the whole game is in first person, even flying. And that's another thing. So like right now, since the debug menu is off, there is no option to turn off the flying. So you have to be able to say, okay, this needs to be on, and now I can pause and unpause, or unpause and pause. That way it puts it on here, and now I can turn off the fly mode, and fall on the ledge or something. But still God mode, so no damage is taken. Um, go ahead and turn it back on. Oh, invisible. Okay, so with invisible, that's why the guns didn't work because I was invisible, literally. Um, yeah, it would let it, when you're invisible, you can't reload. So like if I go here now, you can't see the guns. You can shoot, but you can't see the guns. It's weird. I'm looking at the back of my head. So, oh, look at the teeth. Man, they put some detail. They even got detail in the teeth. You can't even see the person's teeth. Well, I put all that detail. Anyway, that's interesting. All right, so I'm going to separate myself from the camera. I'm going to do this, back up, calm down. And now I'm looking up at myself. All right. This is going to be the end of it, guys. I hope y'all are enjoying the stuff. I know I haven't put anything out in a little bit, and it's because I'm working on my house. If you want to see pictures of it, check out my community page. I'm going to keep putting pictures as things are progressing. I will record I just don't know when or how often I can do it. I'm doing this because it's not a big video. It's not a 4 hour video. It's not me taking 2 hours to record it and then 2 hours to edit and an hour to put it out. It shouldn't take me long at all to do this video or put it out. So I'm gonna put this out and then I'm gonna work on getting. I know it's horde night on the actual recordings, and I'm gonna do my best. Here, let me turn that off. I'm gonna do my best to put take a picture. So see, that's a 7 days to die screenshot, and F9 I think goes in my catalog. But anyways, yeah, watch my community page. I do put stuff on there periodically. I don't think anybody's looked at the post that I put saying I would be out for a week working on this. I'm actually going to be out more weeks. We will be kicked out of the hotel on the 9th. We still don't have a house to live in, so we're kind of working around that stuff. We're gonna live in the house, but it'll be unfinished and all that good stuff. But we did have the AC has been repaired, all the ductwork's been done, all the plumbing has been torn out, and new plumbing has been put in. All the electrical's been torn out and put in, and the insulation was done today, yesterday for those of y'all watching this. But all we have now is sheetrock inspections and paint and tile and tubs and sinks and the whole nine. But we're going to be living in an unfinished house, and hopefully I will have a place to put my computer. Hopefully. Because if I don't, then that's just going to progress or slow down the recording thing is just as much. Here at the hotel, I have free Wi-Fi, so I'm using that, and I'm going to try to get a couple of things done. I may not put them out. I might put out one or two a week just to kind of have it in the background, just someplace I can just upload them already recorded and whatnot. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do something. So at least stuff like this. If y'all can think of anything else y'all have questions on or something that y'all want to learn, shoot me a message and you put it on this one even. It doesn't matter. If you got a message or something you want to talk to me about, I also have a Discord, and it's Dogma 13, which is at the top of my page. You can click on the link; it'll take you straight to it. I also have a Gmail account for Dogma 13 Gaming, which is on my info about pay part. There's a lot of ways to get a hold of me, so you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I would love if everybody that watches these videos would subscribe. But if they don't, I get it. I didn't subscribe to a lot of people's stuff when I first started watching YouTube until I started being a YouTuber and realizing the importance of subscribing and liking and commenting. I didn't do all that. So, but now I do. So hopefully I can get y'all involved. And, we got a big community and we're working with other communities. We're going to be doing a get together, a community type deal. I did one with the Rage King the other day. I put it out. But we're going to do some big recordings with him next month. So hopefully we can get this stuff done, and it'll be like 12 to 13 YouTubers that are all together making one big video, or a bunch of videos actually. It's gonna be a full series called 7 Saturdays to Die. So we're gonna work on that, and man, I hope to see everybody. I hope to y'all to chime in or watch his page, watch my page, watch other people's pages. We've got all the people's gonna have their names and their pages on there for y'all to see. So this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Till next time, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, let you know if future videos are coming out, and I will catch y'all in the next episode. And thank y'all for bearing with me. I know we lost some subscribers because of the not having videos, but the ones that hung in there, I really appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.